Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I have not really touched on in any of my videos yet, and that is going on testosterone as a non-binary individual. So in this video I'm going to talk about how I got on it, sort of what my fears were, and what effects I've seen. I'm currently on a low dosage, or sort of low dosage. I started off on 0.25 milliliters per week, which is not the lowest dosage you can have, but still pretty low. And I just recently hit my 6-month anniversary, and I decided to up my dosage to zero point 0.5 milliliters per week. So I've wanted to try out going on T for pretty much ever since I learned that it was a thing you could do. When I saw other people going on testosterone and transitioning and all that kind of stuff, I was so jealous of them. For the longest time, I didn't want to go on T because I was afraid of a lot of the effects that it would have on me, and I was also afraid of what people would think of me, which has always been something that, unfortunately, like I'm the kind of person where I just care way too much about what other people think about me and my choices. Going on T has helped me get past that to a degree. Like, it's still something that I do worry about way too much, but it's getting a lot easier now that I'm finally living the way that I want to, and I don't care what other people think about me. I'm doing what makes me happy, right? I finally made an appointment with a doctor, and I had my friend go along with me so it wouldn't be so scary. I went to Planned Parenthood, and they were so good to me. I cannot recommend it enough. I know that, different places have different procedures and different people working there, but the experience that I had was so good and put me at ease immediately. And I got on T that very day. And this happened back in February. I wanted to wait until my 26th birthday to start, which was only a few days away, but I started on February 12th, and I was just too excited to wait. So I just hit my 6-month anniversary a few weeks ago, and yeah, so let's talk about some of the things that I was afraid of before going on it. The biggest fear that I had, absolutely, was acne. I was so afraid of getting worse acne than I already had. So I've dealt with acne since I was in 5th grade, I believe. I got my first zit. I have had horrible, horrible cystic hormonal acne ever since then. And I've been on Accutane twice. I've done topical treatments. I've done antibiotic treatments. Accutane worked for me, but after the first time, it came back eventually, because the first time that I went on it, I wasn't religious about it or anything. But the second time that I went on it, I was very good, very structured. I did it for the full 7 months, I think. I got off of it, and about the same time that I got off of it is when I started needing to think more deeply about going on testosterone. Everything in my life was kind of culminating to me going on it, and it got to sort of a fever pitch where I was like, I just have to do this. I have to do it. I cannot stand not knowing. I can't stand sacrificing my own happiness because I'm afraid of what people will think about me. I started T just a little bit after I went off of Accutane, and I was really afraid that it would just bring my acne roaring back, because you're essentially going through male puberty, which is a sticky, sweaty, acne-infested mess. No one wants that. So far on low dose testosterone, I have not seen an increase in acne, except for what was probably caused by just going off of Accutane in general. When you go off of Accutane, you immediately start seeing oil reproduction. So it could be just going off of Accutane, or it could be that combined with going on testosterone, but I've definitely been getting oilier skin, and I do still get spots and stuff on my skin, but nothing major, luckily. I think that the majority of my acne that I've been experiencing is from wearing my mask for COVID. I think that sweating in that thing all day does not help your skin no matter what, but I really don't think that it's super related to testosterone. So that's good. I'm very happy about that. I have seen more acne like on my chest and on my back, but I think that's probably from wearing a binder in Virginia summers, which are the worst thing that I've ever experienced. I'm sure it has something to do with testosterone, but like I've always had acne everywhere, so it's not a big deal. It's as long as it doesn't start getting on my face again, I'll be fine. My other worry was about body hair and facial hair. Like, I didn't really want facial hair, and I've always been sort of like a hairy individual, even with estrogen pumping through my body. So, um, I was very afraid that I would turn into this big, ugly, manly man. And that was not what I wanted. I wanted a more androgynous appearance, but I did not want a bunch of body hair. I've never wanted a beard or a mustache or anything like that. It's just not my thing. So before I went on T, I used to shave my body hair all the time. I even shaved my face because I didn't like peach fuzz. When I went on testosterone, I stopped shaving my body hair. I let my leg hair grow out. I let my arm hair grow out, which has always been very long, and you probably can't see it in the video because it's kind of light. I've always just been rather hairy. So I stopped shaving, and I've definitely seen an increase in body hair, but again, it's one of those things where I'm like, is this just what it would have looked like anyway, or is this testosterone? I don't know. I have no idea because I had no body hair before because I would shave it all. As far as facial hair goes, like I said, I would shave my face with like one of those little like shaver things just to get rid of peach fuzz. Testosterone has definitely given me more of a reason to shave, which I'm actually not upset about. Like, I think it looks fine. If I let it grow out for a few days, it's still very light, but it's getting darker above my lip, and then I'm also getting some little spots of darker hair here. But yeah, it's just more like it feels like stubble now. It's kind of weird, as opposed to just peach fuzz. So yeah, that has not been a giant problem either. Honestly, if I start getting more facial hair, I don't think that I'll hate it. I think it'll look fine. You know, I'm not too upset about it. Weirdly enough, it seems like all the effects of testosterone that I was not looking forward to, the more that I'm on T, the more I'm realizing that, like, I don't know, I kind of like it. Like, you know, body hair and stuff. Like, I would have suspected myself to be the kind of person that would keep shaving all the time just because I didn't want to be hairy. But, you know, seeing my arm hair grow in and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like it. Um, like, I don't know, it just looks fine to me. And it's just been kind of like a coming to terms with your own body type thing where you're like, you know, sure, this is not maybe my ideal form, but this is my body and it's fine. I like it, you know? And if it has hair, that's fine. I'm not going to get rid of it. So that's been kind of my experience with it. And same goes for my face and my acne and stuff. When I was presenting more traditionally feminine, I felt the need to hide body hair, hide acne scars, make my eyes look bigger. Like, I felt the need to always be this perfect feminine little elf. And going on T has really helped in just, like, I don't care what I look like so much anymore. Like, I definitely am still, like, a vain creature. Like, I want my hair to look nice and stuff. But if my hair starts flopping down and stuff like that, like, I don't care as much anymore. Because, like, I just like what I look like more. Um, and like I used to wear mascara every single day and all these things to make myself look more feminine. And now that I've stopped doing that, now that I've stopped wearing makeup every single day, foundation and blah 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 and eyeshadow, uh, I just I feel way more confident in myself. I don't feel the need to hide behind makeup or whatever. So that's been kind of my experience. It's really nice to feel that way. Um, yeah. I also was afraid of the fact that going on T would mean I'd have to come out to a lot of people. Like, there would be no more hiding behind this feminine exterior. Before I started T, I still was non-binary, but I didn't feel like I had to come out to anybody because I was still like, oh, well, I'm just an androgynous female. You know, like that's what other people would see when they looked at me. But going on T has kind of forced me to come out to people, sort of, at work especially. I came back to work after like a month and a half of being in quarantine, and my voice had changed to such a degree that people were noticing, and so I had to explain things to them. Or I sometimes can still, like, I'm in the Goldilocks zone right now where I can still be like, I don't know what you're talking about. My voice doesn't sound any different. And just gaslight them, I guess. These are people that I don't really care about, you know, what they're thinking about me. Now, my friends I've always been open and honest with. But yeah, some of the effects that it has had on me that I was looking forward to, and also things that I wasn't expecting. Pretty much the first two things that I noticed after going on testosterone were, one, I was horny all the time. That might be uncomfortable to hear if you know me, especially in real life. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Boys are horny creatures, and suddenly I understand them a lot more. Yeah, that's the end of that story. The next thing that I noticed was my voice changing, and that started pretty quickly. I'd say at like 2 months in, maybe not even. I started getting a sore throat, and like every time that my voice would drop just a little bit more, it would be preceded by a sore throat. Yeah, so my voice started changing very quickly. It's to the point now where wearing a mask every day at work, I'm being gendered as male. Like, I'd say 70 to 80% of the time. And this is partially just the way that I dress, which is androgynous, and then also like my voice. Like, it's just interesting to the ways that men treat you when they think that you're one of them. I've been getting called bud and champ and brother and 100 other weird nicknames, like just by random people. They come up and they're like, "What's up, champ?" I'm like, "Hi." Another thing that I've noticed is facial changes. They're so subtle that looking at me, you probably wouldn't notice, but I look at myself in the mirror every day and I definitely notice things happening. And I can't pinpoint any of them, but I know that like my cheek area right here is getting not as round, if that makes sense. It's getting more flat, which gives me, my upper face at least, a more masculine look. My face is also, it seems like, just getting bigger, which I've noticed in a lot of people that go on testosterone. They their face starts to kind of get more wide, and then it kind of gets more angular, I guess, a little bit after that. So I think that I'm in the widening stage, which is rather unfortunate. But eventually, I'm guessing that like my cheeks will kind of sink in a bit more, and I'll have a more, you know, angular kind of face. My jawline has always been kind of sharp-ish, but I think it's getting more sharp, which is cool. I'll eventually make a video with like, you know, pictures and stuff to really show what has happened. So far the changes have been small, but definitely noticeable to me, and maybe noticeable to other people. I really don't know. The other thing that has changed a lot is that I used to have a very like dainty neck and shoulders and collarbone and all that, really skinny little arms, and that has changed completely. I used to be a women's small in shirts, or like a men's extra extra small, and now I'm wearing like men's mediums in shirts, and women's medium or large in shirts. My shoulders have filled out so much. Like, I used to be very much like a pear shape, I guess, where like I had a smaller upper body and then bigger hips, and now it's like I'm just straightening out, which is really awesome. That's what I was really hoping for. My shoulders have gotten so much bigger. I have been like lifting weights and stuff, not big ones, but you know. So I've been working out a bit to kind of expedite the process, but you can, again, you probably can't tell, but like my forearms are getting bigger and thicker. Like my arms are just getting way bigger. They used to be just like little tiny noodle arms, like I'm talking like really tiny, but now they're just getting bigger, and I have muscles here, and yeah, I'm able to lift things easier. I just feel stronger in general, which is great. I can carry more groceries now. So like another thing that tea does is it makes you hungry like all the time, because in cis men, when they're going through puberty, they're getting taller too. So their body is telling them eat, 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 and I'm not getting any taller, so it's all just going into my tummy. So I'm gaining weight, but most of it I think is gaining up here, sort of. Uh, but yeah, I'm getting a little tubby, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. I also feel like I have a lot more energy, and also just I feel way more confident. I just feel way more like comfortable with my body and with myself, which is what I was talking about earlier with like not wearing makeup, not like posturing as much. I just feel very at home in myself, which is a good feeling. So I think that's about all the effects that I can talk about as of now. Um, I will definitely make like more specific comparison videos. Like I definitely want to do a video of my voice, because it has changed a lot, uh, and I'm super happy about it. But it has affected my singing voice a lot too. So I want to do a comparison about those things, and yeah. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any like questions or anything. I'm here to help. I know that when I was thinking about starting tea, I was watching videos like this all the time, and they really helped me in figuring out what I could expect and what I wanted and all that jazz. So yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful at all, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.